call it? Shall we call it strawberry cream dessert? Nah, omelette the cream. Omelette the cream. And I've also, with my omelette the cream, this is my dinner, by the way, I've also got this. A nice bag.
Oh, you got some
What's-Its. What's-Its. For those of you not from the UK, What's-Its are Cheetos. Oh, my family shipped them over with a ton of crisps. And
Chris, I mean, I will not have you saying that What's-Its are Cheetos. The closest British variant of the Cheeto is clearly the knick-knack. That's sort of taut, tight, corn-based snacks, and I could not want... I don't want any of your bloody omelette the cream. That looks disgusting. But I very much now want a load of What's-Its and a load of knick-knacks and stuff like that.
Well, you send me some knick-knacks, and I'll send you some omelette the cream in a suitcase.
Don't want it. Disgusting.
Along with Carlos Ghosn. We've got a story this week from Johannes. He says, "Hi, Chris and Pete. I'm Johannes from Berlin." It's not Johannes, is it? It's Johan. Or is it... How do you say that? This is another name.
Johan.
I don't want to screw it up.
Johan.
Johan. Johan. All right, I'm Johan from Berlin in Germany. Huge fan of the podcast, guys, and I want to share a little story with you that me and my wife lived through when visiting Tokyo in December 2019. After a 20-hour trip with 2 layovers in Istanbul and Seoul, we finally arrived at our hotel in Shinjuku at around 3 a.m. Man, I've done that before. It will kill you. I remember that journey from London to Istanbul to Tokyo was so damn intense. But anyway, since we only had several packs of knickknacks and... Wait, did you read the story ahead or something?
What do you
knickknacks. They're in the story.
Yeah, no, I didn't read that. Whoa.
It's fate, isn't it?
How did knickknacks come up? And also, I think I said that it was a Sunday show. It's actually Wednesday.
un vaso de agua?
Very confused.
You're fine.
Never mind.
Since we had several packs of knickknacks, the British equivalent of Cheetos, and in-flight menus, we were craving some nice ramen. Lucky us, a 24-hour metropolis comes in handy for late-night dining, and we fell into our beds properly fed. The day of our arrival also marked my wife's 30th birthday. So after we slept in and explored the city a little bit, I successfully ended the day with a proposal in the rooftop bar of our hotel.
Coges esta botella y la llevas a la mesa.
Yay!
Unfortunately, Chris choked to death while reading the story. Unfortunately, around that time, I needed an emergency trip to the toilet from all the in-flight food. So I pushed for going back to the hotel room. Just in time, I made it to the restroom. Now, Japanese toilets seem like they would handle any material, but mine wouldn't even bother to flush. I ran out to call the hotel reception to ask for a plunger. I need to be cut off immediately by a quick, "No problem, I'll come up in 2 seconds." Before I could have even screamed "No" into the phone, the hotel lady who had hung up walked into the room. And she stood there with 2 plumbers asking to let them in. I tried to explain what was going on, but the 2 guys walked in, and there they stood, staring into the toilet. All I heard was a "Whoa" from 2 55-year-old Japanese men staring into the restroom. They did what they came to do and helped me in my most vulnerable moment. Grateful that I was. My girlfriend, who's now my wife, proved me right this night. She stood by me through the worst, and we love to think back to that night dying of cringe. Keep up the nice work, guys. Johan. Bloody hell. That is like... I love the way that will define the sort of... The romance has just been washed away. The gesture of proposing is like takes a back seat to that memory of a toilet that's broken.
Literally the back seat.
Oh, no.
Can't get a plunger for bad emotional decisions you've made. Romantically.
Good God. Good God. Oh, well. But well done, Johan. I'm glad you had a good trip despite that. Crikey. I wonder what he ate in the 24-hour... He mentioned Tokyo being a 24-hour metropolis. I wonder where they went. That is a good thing about Tokyo. It's a 24-hour city.
Coges esta botella y la llevas a la mesa.
Europe really is. Actually, maybe some places in Spain. Maybe Barcelona.
Maybe Berlin. It was pretty 24 hours, isn't it?
Good thing about Tokyo, you can go to Yoshinoya, 3 a.m, eat a nice big cheesy bowl of rice, live the dream.
God, I love Yoshinoya. It's so delicious. God damn it.
It is good.
God damn it, Chris. God damn it.
Should have gone there instead of omelette the cream. Maybe I'll put omelette the cream back in the fridge and I'll get myself.
Oh, you actually have to
Yoshinoya.
keep it in the fridge. Disgusting.
It's omelette
El
and cream.
césped necesita
It's
agua.
literally a crepe with cream and strawberries.
Is that a fucking?
It's got to be refrigerated.
Something the hormone. Do you remember that band out who did that Winnie Upload song? Is it Minus the Hormone? No, Maximum the Hormone.
Maximum the hormone.
Cracking band. Cracking stuff. Oh, yeah.
Well,
Chris, we got a new story. And you're going to eat it like so much cream, strawberry, and pancake. There's a bit of a vending machine revival happening in Japan. I don't know whether you've noticed, but because of COVID happening all over the place, everyone's a bit careful about the human contact that they have, basically. And because of coronavirus and the pandemic and the variants that have obviously put stricken fear into the heart of everyone, there's been a bit of a vending machine revival as retailers try and kind of pin their hopes on sales that they could be making without the use of kind of human, I think they call it untact sales to customers, still nervous about buying food, drink and other items in the traditional way. And they're just kind of like the Japan vending machine system, the Japan Vending System Manufacturers Association. Apparently, the numbers of vending machines peaked in 5.6 million in 2000, a one for every 23 people. Then it fell down to 4 million, but now it's going back up again. So apparently, the eclectic range of products that you can buy in the vending machines around Japan has got people, interested in sort of getting vending machines and setting them up as little businesses. And you kind of see this around the world on, there's kind of like daily grind, kind of like city boy wanky sober Instagram accounts where they talk about drinking tap water and not watching porn and keeping your friends close and your enemies closer and all that kind of stuff. And on the Instagram, and you have pictures of like famous celebrities like Tom Hardy and Tom Hiddleston, all the Toms, and The Rock, sort of saying, look, they get up really early and they work out, and this is why they've excelled, etc., etc. This is why they're so cool and such, and they've got cool watches and they fly on business class flights and upper class flights and private vets. And I know, right? Great watches and fly on EasyJet. But like it's a little bit like that. But they talk about. It's a passive income where you spend all your money on vending machines and you stick a vending machine there and you refill it every now and again, and that machine just makes you money passively. But it's non-scalable with one person. So all the kind of like crypto bros on Twitter, they always talk about buying vending machines and
El césped necesita agua.
I suppose you probably could make a pretty penny. You could probably make some good money out of it.
Yeah,
the world of vending machines.
Well, yeah, but they're saying so. The Japan Vending System Manufacturers Association are basically saying that they are that they're selling all kinds of different products. Hokkaido have started selling fillets of fresh salmon and mackerel after many of its regular clients closed during the pandemic. So you can just go to this vending machine, refrigerated vending machine.
Los pisos de la casa son elegantes.
A big fillet of fresh salmon. For your din-dins.
I have actually noticed this is a trend that's happening. Like walking down the streets in Sendai, there's a lot more sort of new vending machines popping up with weird product items. I saw one the other day that had like soy sauce and fish stock, and it was just there on the side of the street where you would normally find your sort of drink, like your coffee and your Pocari Sweat. There was now like just everyday household items, and I have noticed that this is a thing that's happening and it's coming back. And when I was in Hokkaido for one of the last Abroad Japan videos, we went to this
Estas paredes no son seguras
restaurant. Surprise, a fried chicken restaurant. Zangi Chicken, it's called. It's this kind of karaage chicken. It's kind of Zangi's the Hokkaido version of karaage. They sort of marinate the chicken, then batter it. And it's amazing. But at the front of this chicken shop, there was a big vending machine.
Necesito ayuda con el césped.
Sort of battered chicken. You could just get it out the vending machine, which looked kind of cool. But it's coming back. It's exciting. I like vending machine. I'm a vending machine fan.
You talked very eloquently about how much about your love for vending machines. The pizza vending machine, obviously, been a motif that comes up time and time again on this show.
That for the first year of the Abroad Japan podcast, that bloody pizza vending machine dominated every episode. Like if you go back and listen through the archives, the annals of Abroad Japan podcast history, the pizza vending machine was just there all the time, and then it was gone. But no, I'd be up for some vending machine fun. I thought about getting one for the studio, but then could I profit from that? I'd have to fill it, wouldn't I? Effort, isn't it? I've got a gacha machine that I've still got to fill with products and toys, but I can't find the tool to open the gacha machine to get the gacha toys out or put them back in. So that's a taste of what's to come. Should I get a vending machine, I probably won't be able to open it, and it'll be a fucking disaster. But I think vending machines are cool. I want to spend a day just like living off a vending machine feed and seeing if I can do it. And I probably can, but it will destroy my cholesterol. It will just be a day filled of sodium, and it probably won't be very fun. But it'll do well because people like to watch that sort of crap, right?
Yes, I think so. Oh, you could like a day in the life of a vending machine, man, and you could just go and fill your vending machine, fill your boots.
Day in the life of a vending machine. Could be a work of art. But no, I'll keep an eye out there and see what we can find. I noticed also in supermarkets in Japan, they are, for the first time, getting rid of humans and replacing them with self-checkout machines, which are obviously very prevalent in the UK. We've had them for like a decade, and only now in the last sort of 2 years have I really seen it pick up here in Japan. They've really sort of pushing for that now. And I think that goes back to the whole keeping the number of interactions down to prevent issues with the pandemic and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see where that trend goes. I know in South Korea, they've got like an entire department. They've got like an entire initiative in South Korea to try and find ways of making society have less interactions with people. Like I read about like a library. Well, I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of sad on the one hand, but I suppose it might be good for COVID and pandemics, but I don't know. But I'm all for vending machines. Bring them back. When I lived in the UK, I very seldom used the vending machine. My image of vending machines in the UK was very negative ever since I got a Kit Kat stuck. When I was going between classes one day, I didn't have much money, I was very hungry, and I bought a Kit Kat, and the fucking thing got stuck, and it meant that the rest of the day was a write-off. And just the amount of times vending machines break in the UK, it doesn't feel like a reliable course of action to use a vending machine.
They have got better. I would trust them more, especially the new ones that have cards. You can buy stuff on card, which was a very recent development.
It's just like, why can't we have vending machines that work in the UK? Why do they break 1 in 3 or 4 times? And they use like the spiral ones where it like spirals around and it's just really tacky, and then it just gets stuck and you have to bang the machine. Never got anything stuck here, not once in 10 years. So long live the Japanese vending machine.
Esta casa
and
es
at least
muy
one
segura.
good thing has come out of COVID. More vending machines reviving in Japan. Go, yeah, woohoo. We'll be back with your stories, questions and comments in just a moment in the fax machine.
You love Chewy because it's easy to find your pet's favorite
Los pisos
food,
de la
toys,
casa
and
son
treats.
elegantes.
Now we're making pet prescriptions easy too. Simply choose the medication that's right for your pet. We'll contact your vet and take care of the rest. Shop America's #1 pet pharmacy. Visit Chewy.com today.
And we're back with the fax machine.
Ana,
What do we got
¿te
this week
sientes
from our
segura aquí?
listeners, Mr. Dawson?
We got a message from Matt. Hello, Matt. Hello, Pete and Chris. He says, I'm Matt from Minnesota, wonderfully alliterative. My partner and I are planning a trip to Japan as soon as the borders open back up, and one thing we want to do is hike a little bit in the wilderness. But the way you talk about bears is concerning. Chris is obsessed with bears. You make them seem as if they're waiting to ambush anyone who steps into the woods. Are they as big of a problem as you make them seem? Thanks for all of the entertainment, Matt. Are there mats around? Are there mats? Are there bears around every corner, Chris?
There is a man called Matt around every corner in Japan. You've got to watch out because he will kill you. Let's face it, I've never seen a bear. I don't know many friends that have seen a bear. I don't know many people that have encountered a bear. I think
say. That's what a bear who's pretending he's not a bear about to bite you. That's what they would say.
Unbearable. I think the reason I bring up the bears so much is like a thing that came up so much last year is there is something weird about walking like through a mountain or out in the countryside and just think at any moment a bear could pop up and eat you or kill you or something. Like in the UK, we don't have that sort of existential dread walking through the countryside until someone comes around the corner in a car really fast and then it's game over. But like, I feel like there's something weird about it. Just living somewhere where there's animals that can kill you, because you just don't get that in the UK. So maybe that's why. But honestly, I've never encountered a bear, and I don't know many people that have. But certainly when I'm on Hokkaido, I will be a lot more careful in the countryside there, and rightly so, because that is where the big ones are. We got one here from Celine from Ireland. It says, Happy New Year, Chris, and Chris Dono and Pete Senpai. Greetings from Ireland. My name's Celine. Once the country reopens, I plan to come on holidays for 3 to 4 weeks and discover the country on a day-by-day feeling with only the JR pass and booked hotels in my backpack. There's so much to see that I fear I'll regret it much more if I overplan and miss out on something I'd intended to see than if I just go with the flow. So I was wondering, how realistic would it be to visit Japan without much of a plan? It might be important to note that I'll be a solo female traveller with broken Japanese as a third language. I don't know if that would change anything, but thank you guys. Celine from Ireland. Pete, you come to Japan without a plan. Any advice there? You're not a female solo traveller. Not that I know.
I'm not, no.
What are your thoughts?
No.
Traigo estas cajas a la granja.
I think you should pick, out of 3 days, I think you should pick one thing that you want to do. And then everything else you can just play by ear. Because I always get into that routine where I've done the one thing, I've been to Himeji Castle or whatever, and then I'm like, right, I've got to be in Tokyo in 3 days' time. I will just go on to the next big thing that's around me effectively. And that's the best way to explore it, I think. Just kind of go, don't over-plan stuff, don't over-time yourself out, because to be quite frank, you'll probably need a day where you just want to sleep all day because of the bloody time difference and the old, the jisaboke, the old... I've used jisaboke so many times, I can't remember the British word for it, the English word for it. British word for it, innit? British word.
What's it called? Jet lag.
Jet lag, there you go.
I mean, my advice to travelling is I always pick a neighbourhood or a district where there's lots of things happening, and then I go there and just see what I can find. I do try and, if I'm going in a restaurant, I do always check it on Google to make sure it's at least got like 3.8 stars. Es muy bonito. Good to go. If it's got 3.8, good to go. But yeah, other than that, don't know. I recommend going with the flow. We always say here, make sure you book your hotels, because that is one thing that might sell out. But other than that, keep it. Just go with the flow. Japan's a really great country for doing things spontaneously and just traveling alone, and it is very safe, apart from the bears. And there we go again. But of course, if you do come here, Celine, get yourself some omelette de cream. Let's put that on your itinerary. Top of your list, omelette de cream.
Definitely, yeah.
Esta pared la pintamos de color azul.
From the US. Over to you.
Yeah, got a message from Mike from the US. Thanks again for the great show. He says, hello to Chris, the magnificent and sexy boy Pete, from Michael in Rhode Island, USA. I love the show and podcast. I've been a fan since first watching 3 years ago during your never-ending journey of despair. It was a bad time for me as I was out of work with a sick wife and kids. But watching the cycle and getting to see you hang out with so many guests, Pete included, really helped me to get to a great place again and stay positive. Look at that, Chris. You're like some kind of magic tablet that people can take just by watching some of your content. What are some of the guests and friends you've had on the channel up to? I'm especially curious about folks like Kazu, Hiroyuki, Alex Shapiro, Chaki, and Satoshi Ueno. And do you still keep in touch? Thanks again for the great show. Michael from the US.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of cool people there.
Yeah.
I spy a lot. It's funny, for the first 2 years doing abroad in Japan, I never collaborated with anyone. I always wanted to be alone and keep it that way. And then from about 2018 onwards, every video's got someone in it. Probably to the extreme too much now. But, you know, like, that's all the best memories you have are often with other friends, with other people. Kazu, she was awesome. Checking out Matsuyama for the day. Hiroyuki, I need to speak to him. I haven't spoken to him in ages. He's a top man from Niigata. Alex Shapiro, I always hang out with him in Tokyo. Jackie, I haven't seen since I hung out with Pete Donaldson in Sapporo 2 years ago, and Satoshi Ueno, the owner of the sushi restaurant. I haven't seen him much either. I hope he's doing all right. I know his business took a little bit of had a bit of a tough year, like all restaurants did, but hopefully he's doing all right now. But you know, it's all about meeting people and having fun. And
Los pisos
I hope
de
to
la
do that
casa
much more
son elegantes.
this year as well. Like I did like a post the other day where I took like a screenshot from lots of videos with lots of friends and people I'd met. It's just nice looking at it. I post it on like Twitter, Facebook, everywhere you can find it. But looking at that, it just made me feel very lucky and grateful for all the great people I get to hang out with. Like, I'm very, very lucky. Whether it's someone listening or watching or joining in. Pete Donaldson's sadly absent. I don't know if did I put a reference to the podcast in there? No. Sorry, Pete.
Oh,
shit.
Oh, dearie me.
I haven't seen you, have I? So you can't go in it. But maybe this year.
Yeah. Well, I talked to Chucky quite a lot, and her
of course, you saw her, didn't you?
Nick. Yeah. Well, Nick. I think she had a good Christmas. She was cooking Christmas dinner. I noticed. Nick is a Nottingham Forest fan, and they had a good result at the weekend in the FA Cup. So I gave them last weekend. So I was chatting to Nick and Chucky about that. Chucky's team are obviously in Hokkaido. And they're not
Okinawa.
Okinawa, and they're obviously not as good as my favourite team, Brentford Kofu, who just missed out on getting promoted by like 1 point. It was really disappointing. I forgot that there wasn't playoffs in J League 2 going up to J1. But the big news is that you remember there was that footballer who's like 53 years old, and he's a bit of a sideshow, but he's Kazuyoshi Miura, King Kazoo. He's like a 52-year-old footballer who inexplicably still played for a J2 side. He ended his relationship with I can't remember who it was. Is it an Osaka side or a Kyoto side? Either way, he ended his career there, but he's still playing. He's still playing, I think, in J3. So he's gone down a level at 53, but he still fancies playing it in the game.
53?
It's incredible, isn't it? Yeah, really old.
You can play football past like 40.
No, you can't. You literally can't. He's a sideshow. He's a joke, but he's a good joke. It's just a bit. It's just, you know, like how different prefectures have spend a lot of money on a big plastic squid. It's basically the same sort of decision making there, to be quite frank.
What a legend! Good man. And we did just list off loads of names, but both Jackie, she's got a YouTube channel. She's got an awesome YouTube channel. Go and check her out. And Alex Shapiro, he's also got a channel called Tokyo Portfolio. It sounds way cooler than my channel ever will. Check them both out. Keep the stories, questions, comments coming into abroadinjapanpodcast@gmail.com. We'll be back later in the week, guys, to do it all over again. But for now, no matter where you might be out in the big wide world, have yourself a great week, and we'll see you right back here to do it all over again on the Abroad in Japan podcast. Bye for now. Ta-ta.
Abroad in Japan is a Stack production and part of the Acast Creator Network.
You love Chewy because it's easy to find your pet's favorite food, toys, and treats. Now we're making pet prescriptions easy too. Simply choose the medication that's right for your pet. We'll contact your vet and take care of the rest. Shop America's #1 pet pharmacy. Visit Chewy.com today.
Acast recommends, helping you find inspiration in the new year. Keep listening to hear a podcast that we love.
Hello, I am Julie Merica, the host of the daily Make Your Damn Bed podcast. Each bite-sized episode is less than 10 minutes long, so you can pair it with a good habit if you want, like flossing or making your damn bed, or you can just tune in whenever it feels right and you need a little jump start.
Te ayudo a
We are all
limpiar el
consuming a
piso.
ton of content every single day, so why not start your mornings off with something a little more optimistic, realistic, and approachable? I am sure to include a lot of actionable tips and tricks to make starting your day and life in general just a bit easier and more enjoyable. The goal is to help you get out of bed so you can start making it. So check out Make Your Damn Bed podcast today, wherever you listen to podcasts, or visit www.makeyourdamnbedpodcast.com.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Cierro la ventana.
¿Te enseño mi granja?
El césped necesita agua.
Estas paredes no son seguras. Los pisos de la casa son elegantes.
Te ayudo con la granja. Te ayudo con la granja. Cierro la botella.
¿Traigo estas cajas a la granja?
¿Te ayudo a limpiar el piso?
¿Te traigo más agua?
Los pisos de la casa son elegantes. Estas paredes no son seguras.
Me siento muy seguro en esta casa.
¿Cierro la botella?
Esta pared, la pintamos de color azul.
¿Qué césped tan bonito? ¿Abro la puerta de la granja?
El césped necesita agua. Este río es muy seguro.
Los pisos de la casa son elegantes.
Ana, ¿te sientes segura aquí?
Me encanta el piso de la sala. ¿Cierro la puerta del baño? Esta pared la pintamos de color azul.
¿Abro la puerta de la granja? Nuestro baño tiene una ducha grande. Roberto, levántate ahora.
¿Dónde está toda la familia?
La ducha está sucia.
Tú puedes usar mi ducha.
Roberto, levántate ahora. Levántate rápido. ¿Quiere sentarse, señor?
Ellas no quieren sentarse ahora.
Todo el piso está sucio.
¿Limpias la ducha, por favor?
Hay pocos libros en el dormitorio. Hay poca leche en la nevera. Tú puedes usar mi ducha.
¿Dónde está toda la familia?
¿Me ayudas a limpiar los cuartos?
¿Quiere sentarse, señor?
¿Dónde quiere sentarse, señor?
Levántate de esa silla, Manuel.
Hay pocos libros en el dormitorio.
Tenemos pocas sillas en la sala.
Levántate rápido.
Ella no tiene tiempo para sentarse.
¿Dónde quiere sentarse, señor?
¿Limpias la ducha, por favor?
Todo el piso está sucio.
Toda la cocina está sucia.
Hay poca leche en la nevera.
cuartos. ¿Me ayudas a limpiar los cuartos? Ayudas. A. Limpiar los cuartos. Duchas. Señor, levántese, por favor. Levántese, por favor.
Siéntate, José. Siéntate.
Ayudas.
Tengo que limpiar todo el baño.
Bruno, siéntate cerca de la ventana. Bruno, siéntate cerca de la ventana. Bruno, siéntate cerca de la ventana. Hijo, lávate ahora.
Levántese, señor.
Todo el piso está sucio.
Señorita, siéntese cerca de la puerta. Señorita, siéntese cerca de la puerta.
¡Levántate!
Carmen, levántate en 5 minutos. ¿Por qué usted no quiere sentarse?
¿Cuántos cuartos tiene esta casa?
¿Limpias la ducha, por favor?
Toda la cocina está sucia.
Hay pocos libros en el dormitorio.
Bruno, siéntate cerca de la ventana. Lávese las manos, señor.
Estoy acá, Pedro. ¿Qué miran ustedes en la tele?
Señor González, siéntese, por favor.
Todo el mundo está allá.
Nosotros miramos las flores del jardín.
¿Acá o allá?
Rafael, siéntate acá.
Estamos mirando la tele en la sala. Señorita, siéntese cerca de la puerta.
La escuela está cerca de acá.
Por favor, señora, siéntese aquí.
Tú miras las fotos de mi cumpleaños.